Hi, it's so nice to see you. Basically, a lot of audience may not know the relationship between us. We actually
Yeah,
went to school together at Niagara College, and we actually studied in cooking class.
that's
Before,
right.
yeah, before cooking class, I actually did take a postgraduate hospitality management at Niagara College, and then the second year I decided to do culinary. And then I met Miss Tu, and she was a lovely, lovely friend, and I was so happy to have her. So in this interview, I want to let her shine by asking her a few questions. So, well, I know a little bit about yourself, but I don't know the in and out. So here's a chance to share with everyone about your life.
So my name is Trudy. It's easier for you to call me because not everyone can can pronounce my Vietnamese name properly. So just call me Trudy, like Trudy.
That's a
Okay.
beautiful name, Trudy.
Yeah, thanks. And I'm living in Canada. I work as a line cook in an Italian restaurant, but because like the reason is on lockdown now, so I'm not working, like just like staying at home all day. Yeah. You want to know anything else about me?
Um, and you know what? When I was in school, because I mean, obviously, no, everyone knows that I'm not so much of a great cook. And the fact that I decided to take that course shocked a lot of my friends.
Yeah.
But I mean, the majority reason why was because my parents wanted me to learn cooking because cooking is
Yeah.
nice. And I do believe in that as well. So anyway, when I actually decided to take the course and Truly was there and she was absolutely amazing at making her food. I believe she always get like really good grades and the teachers loved her. Um, I don't think we ever been in the same group, have we?
Um, can you just repeat it again? I
Yeah,
don't
I
totally understand the last question.
I don't
That's why
think
we're here right now, right?
no, I don't think that we ever been in the same group when we cook.
Yeah. But like I came to you every time, or you
I
came
know.
to me every time, right? Like, oh my gosh, how you handle this, or oh my god, I'm gonna late, something like that. Yeah, we had a really great time over there, right?
We did.
Yeah,
We really did.
yeah,
We had an
yeah,
amazing time. And
yeah. I missed that time so bad.
so I think what happened was your group is usually the front, and you're always
Yeah,
so
yes,
close to the teacher, and I'm like all the way to the back because I'm like, no
yeah,
attention to me, please. I don't need the attention. So
yeah,
that's why I was hiding from the back. And every time I'm kind of like lost, or I finish something, or I just don't know
yeah.
what is going on, then I just came up to you and then asked you for instructions, and then well, a lot of people may not know the stress and the pressure that we have to deal with when we are,
Yeah.
even though it was just a practice class, it wasn't really much of a real kitchen environment.
Yeah,
It's still very stressful.
I took it like seriously because like I want to,
Exactly.
I always I was always in front of like
The teachers,
uh
yeah.
the teacher because I was really willing to take like criticism. Okay, but
Criticisms, yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
criticism, and I would like the child to point out everything that I make it like bad, like the way that I don't know how to say, like um uh
The
to make,
imperfections.
yeah, kind of thing.
Yeah. No, I think everything that you made, it's just so beautiful. It was perfect and I really loved
No,
it.
no, it's like I did my best, and
We did.
I
Yeah.
pay money, right? I pay money for that.
Exactly. The
Yeah,
course
I
was
took
so
it
expensive.
seriously. And
Hmm.
you know what, the most important thing was that I'm gonna eat the food that I made.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I can do it like as uh good as I can. Is that's great to
The
say that? Like,
yeah, as good
yeah,
as
yeah,
good as you can. Yeah.
yeah,
No, but you did, and you should give yourself a huge applause because you succeeded. Now you're a line cook at this Italian restaurant, like you said.
yeah.
So tell me, because I know a lot of people wanted to know what's the difference between a culinary class versus a real reality kitchen. What is the difference?
That's like a huge difference between like you are on a class like a lab class, a lab kitchen, and when you are in the real kitchen.
Yes.
Like the most different thing is that the pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? Like
Yep.
pressure?
The pressure.
Because
yep.
When you are in the school, in the lab class, it's just like, oh, you want to get a good mark.
Mm-hmm.
And the chef just only tell you what you did wrong this time, you can do better for next time. But when you are in the kitchen,
There's no
you use
mistake.
all the ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
If you waste the food, it means that you are wasting money.
Yeah.
And the chefs will not be happy about that.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you
yes.
ever ran into a situation where you make a mistake?
Yeah, it happens sometimes. Like for example, like when I receive an order with some food allergy, and I just forget about that. Like
Ooh,
no
that's
nuts.
bad.
Yeah, like no nuts, or like no thing of like gluten free, some soy. Yeah, people. I mean,
There's so many allergies now.
Yeah, I love people, but like so many requirements, so many allergies. Is that allergies or allergies?
Allergies.
And yeah, allergy, and I just forget about that. That's okay if I just get like one order, but when it's like 5 or 6 orders at the same time, and just like forget about thing, and and I do it sometimes.
Yeah, you basically get flustered because there's so many orders, and then different order with different requirements. Trust me, it happens to me as well. I was a waiter, and when I had to take the order, so basically it goes around the clock. Depends on the restaurant setup, but usually the general rule would be from the door, and then you basically goes around the clock, and then you take the orders. And sometimes when they come in with a big group, 10, 12 people, and they order different things, it can really mess up your head, even though that you think that you take notes like perfectly correctly. So the tip for me as a waiter is that I always double check before I leave the table. So I ask them, is this correct? Especially the one with the allergy, because you don't want to mess up their allergy. They could be fatal, and you don't want that responsibility on you, right? And as an establishment, they obviously wouldn't want that either. But as a chef and in the restaurant environment, in the kitchen environment, totally understand. It's so stressful in there, and I don't even know what to say, honestly. That's why I never could even think about applying to work in the kitchen, because I wouldn't even last a day. I wouldn't.
Like I know, like sometimes a cook can turn out to be a murderer.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. Agree, 100%. And you know what? Sorry, keep going.
That's okay. I mean, like check your servers or your cook nicely when you want to order something. Otherwise, I'm not gonna say about anything else.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I leave it a blank. Yeah.
Yes, for sure. And I always believe that if the head chef is a nice guy, or the sous chef, if both of them are nice, they can basically diffuse the situation and make the other cooks, the other employees, feel a little bit less stressed, and then they can basically fulfill the order more accurately and more efficiently.
So it's not easy to be a good chef, right?
It's not. And I totally understand where they're coming from as well. It's just hard. So that was about your job. That is so exciting, and congratulations that you landed that amazing job, and you seem really enjoying it as well. Do you enjoy it?
I enjoy it. Like, but sometimes I can be like overwhelmed. Can I say that?
It can be a little bit overwhelming. Yeah.
A little bit overwhelming, right?
Yes, for sure. Do you like Italian food? Sorry.
Yeah, like I love, but not for now. I honestly, I don't have like a lot of understanding about Italian food. For me, it's like basically like a lot of cheese, pizza, olive oil.
Yes.
Tomato, basil. But look,
bit of garlic as well.
A lot of garlic. It is. And I think that I'm going to learn more and more, because I just have I mean, I just have been working in the Italian restaurant for 1 year only.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even though I take care of different stations, like the garmanier. Is that right? The garmanier, like when doing salad or COVID, we call garmanier, right?
Oh my God.
You can say this for next time. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally, that word out of
And
my mind, but
yeah,
yeah, it sounds like
past
so.
past that station, no, I was not working for pizza station, but
You mean
I still
garnish?
need. No, it's like garmanier. It's like French term, or
It's a French
forget about
term.
it.
Yeah, forget
Forget
about it.
about it. Yeah,
We
yeah.
don't
You
speak
you
French.
you you teach me next time, okay? Because I'm not sure like all my pronunciation is right.
Okay.
So I mean, I have to learn more and more. Like, yeah,
It's a learning
because
curve. Nobody's
yeah,
perfect. It's a learning curve for everybody. And
yeah, and
um,
Italian cuisine is huge.
it's huge. I
Yeah,
honestly think there are two biggest cuisines in Europe, and that would be French and Italian. Those are the biggest ones that everyone knows about.
yeah,
Greek is also great as well. Obviously, Greek salad, or they very known for their meat. They love meat. Um,
yeah.
I love French cuisine. Like honestly, it's so amazing the way they do it. Lots of butter. And Italian is great. You know what? Close to my house is a very, very nice Italian bistro. Um,
Oh, okay.
I like to treat myself every now and then because it's kind of pricey. I'm kind of like a
Mm,
sushi guy, so it,
yeah, yeah.
Italian is for like special occasions. That's for sure. Yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, so it's like a learning journey for me.
absolutely. No,
Yeah.
absolutely. So that was about your job and a little bit about your cooking as well. I actually never tried your cooking one day, when
Okay,
COVID is
okay. Like,
over, when
yeah,
COVID
when
is
it's over
over,
and
back
everything
to
gets back
normal.
to normal, you
Yes,
can come here and do some shopping and then cook something for you.
yes,
Like,
yes.
yeah, some spaghetti. All right.
Spaghetti. Yeah, that's
Okay.
nice. That's nice.
Yeah, okay.
Mushroom sauce. That's my favorite.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. So,
Um,
what you wanna talk next?
let's talk a little bit about uh, Vietnam, because I haven't been back in such a long time, and I believe 2 years ago you did go back.
Uh, 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 years
So
ago.
so about 2 years ago. So tell me, what is it like
Um,
when you were there?
s- there's a lot I can tell about Vietnam. It's one of my favorite place to live. I mean,
Okay.
even though I'm living in Canada right now, I enjoy my life in Canada. But for me, Vietnam still something like I can't enjoy my life there. How do we say? Like, I love Vietnam. Yeah.
It's your hometown, so obviously you're gonna
uh,
love it, right?
yeah,
Just
right. And
regardless.
about the food and the people, yeah, I would never get sick from Vietnam.
That's great.
Yeah,
And you're from
yeah,
you're from the middle, I believe.
yeah.
You're
From the
right.
middle, yeah. The weather is harsh. Can I say that?
Harsh,
Harsh.
extreme. Yep.
Yeah. Sometimes, like, like last year, there a huge flood,
I know, so sad. That's
right?
really sad. And
Yeah,
the fact that I don't know, like honestly, I don't know. So don't comment me for this. So I was born in the South,
yeah,
Saigon, and basically all I know about that flood, that horrible, horrible flood was
yeah,
um, it was so bad. It's just so
yeah.
devastating, and it
It took
damaged
away, so yeah, it damaged everything.
exactly
It took away like lives,
animals,
property,
money.
animals. Oh, okay.
Exactly. So honestly, I really do believe that Vietnamese community can do something about it. We it's not like something out of the blue happens. It happens, I believe, yearly. Depends on just the level of damage is different. Maybe when it's too mild, it's not on the news, but when it got so bad, it will be on the news. But it's there. It's every year
Yeah,
that the
you
flood
know
is
what?
there.
It happens every year, and like
Exactly.
year and year, people are going to
Yeah.
donate like the old clothes money, and like
That's
next year it's gonna happen again. It's like,
mhm.
yeah, yeah.
I
It's like we people they have to suffer from the flood every year, and like nothing can be changed.
And
I don't know.
honestly, that is just so sad. But it, I think the deep problem here, the deep down problem here is that we don't have enough trees. And do you believe in deforestation is a problem in Vietnam right now?
The population, you mean?
No, deforestation.
I don't get that one.
People cut down trees.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't want. Yeah, it's this problem, but I don't really interested in the topics.
Okay.
Because it's not gonna get like a lot of like comments.
Oh, I
like
see.
Who are you guys? How dare you talk about these problems? Like,
okay.
Yeah, right. It's like something like not willing to talk about. Like, yeah.
Sure. So let's talk about something else.
You want to talk about my English? Like, I mean, this is why we're here today, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
If I'm gonna be honest with you, I do think that you understand majority of the things that I say, which is a great thing. You do have a little bit of hesitation, which is understandable, because obviously English is not your first language, and also your vocabulary is moderate to good. Obviously, there's room for improvement, including myself. We've just got to learn and improve ourselves daily. What else? But I do understand majority of the things that you say. So
it's like
that's amazing.
Thank you, but it's like I really do want to improve my English to the next level, because like we are living in Canada and we only use English to communicate with people, and it's very awkward when when I say something and people are not able to understand me. You know what? Especially in the rush environment like kitchen. You know what I mean?
Yes, because you have to repeat multiple times and people get frustrated.
And it's like too noisy. I have to speak thing precisely.
Yep.
Is that the word?
Precisely. Yep.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah. So that's why I come to you and we're here today. Like, I hope that you can help to improve my English. Like point out my mistake. Tell me how to describe thing in idiom, in words. I know. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Basically, to learn English, you gotta. I mean, this is just my philosophy. Whatever you do in life, you gotta put yourself 100% committed to it.
Yeah, that's right.
There's no distractions, and I know myself personally, I took the hard way. A lot of people wouldn't do my way, so I wouldn't recommend doing it. So I'm not going to share it here. But basically, I took the hard way. So I lost a lot of friends and I lost a lot of relationships along the way as well, so that I can be at this level. But I wouldn't recommend it to anyone, honestly, because that's not really nice. It's not a nice way. It's kind of brutal.
So what did you do? Like.
Okay, so I didn't speak to Vietnamese.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for years and years, I did not speak to Vietnamese. I only speak in Vietnamese to my family. And that's about it, because my parents cannot speak in English, but my little brother can. So we, even ourselves, we communicate in English, me and my brother. But, it's not nice to do that. Now, thinking back, I did lose a lot of relationship and friendships because of that. A lot of people think that I'm too cocky and too arrogant, which is understandable, because I was cocky. I was young. I didn't think any better. I set a goal for myself that when I speak, people shouldn't struggle trying to understand what I'm saying. That's my goal. Right. And once I achieved my goal, I'm like, okay, you know what? This is good. And that's when, did you know that you are actually the second Vietnamese friend that I have?
Oh,
that I speak to.
This is my honor.
It's so strange, because when I was in Melbourne, Australia, I had a good friend. I had a best friend, and we even ourselves, we don't communicate in Vietnamese. We only communicate in Vietnamese when we want to talk behind somebody's back, but that's another story. we mainly focused on speaking in English, and she didn't like me at first. She hated me for that. But when I explained to her the reason behind it, she understood, and then we became best friends afterwards. And then when I came to Canada, I don't want to make the same mistakes again. But I still try to limit myself from my own community by not hanging out with a lot of Vietnamese, because I believe in Niagara College there's like multiple Vietnamese groups that you guys hang out with, and I wasn't a part of it. But also at the same time, I'm very isolated. I'm like an introvert, so everything just for myself. I don't like to go around or hang out with a lot of people so much. Completely different with what a lot of people might think of myself. And let's see what else. So you basically just gotta be committed to do it. And the most traditional way would be movie, TV show, music. I love Friends, TV show Friends. It was proven that for English beginners, they definitely can use Friends TV show as their method to learn and improve their English, because the vocabulary is not too difficult, not too advanced, and it's still moderate to easy to moderate level that you can understand what they are trying to say most of the time, and the speech is not too fast. A lot of the show, I noticed that the way they speak, it tend to be quite fast, that it could be a little bit challenging to listen to.
And they're using too many like slangs.
Slangs as well. Slangs is one of the problems, but also you got to understand slangs if you want to.
You know what, that's one thing that really bothered me whenever I watch those TV shows. Movies is okay for me, but like for the TV shows, I have to pause stop it. And look up the words.
It's good, but that's actually great. It shows.
Sometimes it takes me so far away from the shows, because like, for example, I look up a word and then it's like came up a lot of another word, and I like feel and I like it took me like far away from the shows. And after I get back to the shows, got back to the shows, I totally forgot about what happened before. You know what I mean?
No, but that's a beautiful thing, because you're actually showing the commitment to improve your English skills. And there's so many different resources nowadays that you can look up the word. My go-to is always Oxford Dictionary, and I actually have to pay for that. It's a paid advanced version. And was it worth it? Absolutely. I loved it. It helps me tremendously for my vocabulary and really understanding the deep meaning. Say, for example, in Vietnamese, a word can sometimes just be one meaning. There's no other definition of the word. But in English, it's different. One word can have multiple definitions.
Like tons, right?
Depends on the scenarios, what they are trying to use it for.
Right?
The concept, exactly. So
concept,
it's always great to look up the dictionary and then also find the meanings of the word. Also, that is a great way for you to look up examples. I personally found that when you see a new word, the easiest way to remember it is using that word as an example in a sentence. Put that in a real life concept. Like, for example, a word that I just learned recently was balletic. And a lot of people wouldn't know what it means. But I didn't know what it means either.
I don't know it either.
Balletic means smoothly, the movement. Smoothly. For example, if an old man, older people, age people, they have trouble moving. But when you see somebody move so beautifully, so smoothly, like normal, you basically would just say, "Oh my God, look at that man! His moves are so balletic."
Okay. Yeah. So I see.
And the word is actually coming from ballet. The dance.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I got that one.
I love to learn about those words, and I use it immediately, put it in a sentence where I can see that it's applicable to my real life situation. Then I'm gonna learn that word. But if some words that it's just like so vague, the meaning so vague, and it seems like out of touch, I'm not gonna even bother learning, because there's no way we can learn 400,000 words in English plus slangs. It's impossible. Yeah.
You know, like what you are saying, we need an environment too.
Yes.
You know, like when you're around with all English speakers, it's different, right?
It's different.
I'm living with my other roommates. Like I have 4 or 5 other roommates, right?
Roommates.
Yeah, they all speak Chinese.
Okay.
And Chinese is my second language. So I
That's
don't
awesome.
even think. Yeah, I don't even think about like using English in daily communication with them, because it's much more comfortable for me to communicate with them in Chinese. Communicate, yeah. So I feel like my English is getting rusty, right?
Rusty, okay. That's actually a good word. That's actually a really good word. You know, it's when people say, and this is just an assumption that a lot of people think, you know, when we learn English, we basically can take IELTS, and that's a tool for you to determine whether you are good at English or not. I want to use this opportunity to basically express my thoughts about IELTS exams. It's a scam. I'm sorry. I'm going to be honest here. I think
you know what? It is a money maker.
It is a money maker. It basically purely money maker. Can it determine whether you are actually good at speaking, listening, writing, or reading or not? Maybe. Look, I'm not bashing IELTS here. I do think that it's a standard form that you can follow to see where you're at. But is it accurate 100%? Should we look at it as a Bible? I do not think so. I honestly, strongly don't think that we should take IELTS scores as Bible, because I know personally there's a few people out there with an 8 band score, which is one of the highest band score. I mean, 9 is the highest, but who could get 9? I don't know anyone could get 9, but usually 8 is the highest one. So I know a lot of them, they got there and then they came here and then they still struggle with their English daily lives because they cannot listen to the locals, they cannot listen to the professors. And then when they work with their colleagues or friends in group projects, there's different accents. People need to understand one thing is that when you go to Canada, Australia,
diversity,
UK,
right?
The diversity is great here.
Yeah,
it's huge.
Diversity.
You have people from like all around the world, like India, China, Korea, Japan, everyone with different accents. And you just gotta learn to listen to their English as well, because you're coming to this country to live. So you have to get used to it. You have to adapt to it, to the environment around you, because not everything is going to be around you anymore. And, you know, so what I'm saying is, I guess what I'm saying is, don't think you get good grade in IELTS is the end, because it's not. It's really not. It's just the beginning. Congratulations. You finally got your scores to go and apply for your applications to go abroad to study or to live or whatever. But it's not the end. It's honestly just the beginning. That's what I keep telling myself. It's just the beginning. And in reality, I'm just going to give an example here, is the reading part. I don't think that it's accurate enough because nobody could actually read that fast. I know what they're trying to do. They basically train us to read as fast as we could to get the concept. Great. But in reality, oh my God, whenever I see like an articles or a newspaper, I'm not going to like skim through the whole thing or whatever. If I'm interested in something, I'm going to read it from top to end to get the whole deep meaning. And 60 minutes for 3 or 4 parts, that's actually a lot. For me personally, I think it's actually quite a lot. And so that's what I think about IELTS, you know, and my advice for people out there, especially Vietnamese people who love to study just to pass a test. I think Vietnamese word would be học tủ. I strongly recommend.
Can you find an English word for the word?
There's no such word. Because English people, I don't think they studied like cheating. That's kind of like It's I don't want to say it's cheating, but it's sort of like cheating because don't study the whole thing. You basically just study in one particular
Like
subject.
like can I say like bet with your luck?
You really do. That's exactly what it is. You really roll
Right?
the dice here. You roll the dice
Yeah.
with your luck here.
Yeah,
And
bet with your luck.
and is it good? No, it's not. Because as I said, when it comes to reality, you're going to be shocked. You're going to be like, what is going on? You're losing, and then you lose your money, you get lower score, and then you may affect your future in purposes as well. So don't do it, guys. You know, if you're going to really think about moving here to any English speaking countries to study or work, invest in your time. You're learning a language here. You're not learning a computer or something that it takes 1 or 2 years. Learning a language takes years to come. It's a learning process because you're not only learning their language, you also have to learn their culture as well.
Yeah, that's right.
The culture part is so important. And that's why sometimes miscommunication and misunderstanding happens to a lot of us because we think, okay, well, the way we do it over there in Vietnam may be the same with over here, which is completely not true. Things have to change when you decide to come to another country. You basically have to look it up, do a bit of research. What are the locals eating? What are they wearing? You know, or how do they talk? How do they communicate? How do they shake hands? How do they hug? How do they kiss on the cheeks when they greet each other? That whole thing. And a lot of us, I'm still learning. I'm not an expert myself. I'm basically just go with the flow. Here's a trick.
We all learners.
Here's a trick. If you don't know about something, just go with the flow and then look around, see what other people are doing. And then to just, as
you know what? Like there always a monkey inside of us. Right? Yeah.
I don't know what it means, but okay.
I mean, I mean, when you're not sure about something, like you observe.
You observe, yep.
Yeah, the situation, and then you do exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
So that's what the monkey do. Does.
Monkey does.
I'm sorry.
I still don't know. But anyway,
Okay.
So yes,
forget about that.
Yeah, that's my advice for people out there who are thinking of going overseas to study or to live or whatever your purpose is. Yeah.
So
I think that's about it. I think that's about it for today. But it was such a great time talking to you, and in the future, I hope that I can talk to you more.
I will be waiting for your feedback.
Yes.
After all of the thing that I said, I mean, all about the pronunciation, about the wrong using of tense or other.
And since you mentioned that, I'm actually just going to give you the feedbacks right here and now. Don't worry so much about grammar. I know that grammar is such an important part in daily conversation as well. But if you're thinking so much about grammar, you're going to miss out the flow when you talk to somebody.
Okay.
And when you lost that flow, people will lose interest in you, and then they wouldn't even care what you have to say afterwards. So, I mean, grammar is still important, because if you don't focus on your grammar and your vocabulary, you're basically talking like a 3-year-old child. You know? So, and obviously nobody likes to do that.
What? I wish that my English can be good as good as a 3-year-old native speakers.
Don't be nonsense. Your English is good. And the flow is what keeps others interested in speaking to you. And if you show yourself you're trying so hard to communicate with them, they understand, and then they will take it easy for you as well. But the reality is, it's harsh. You're gonna get rejections from a lot of people, because they basically don't have the time and the energy to communicate with you when your English is not good. That's just reality. I'm not sugarcoating here, because I want to give everyone the reality check that it's truth. At my work, I had this girl. I'm sorry, I'm going to tell this story. So I promise it's taking like 2 minutes. So basically, she's from Vietnam as well. And she was here to study, and it was her placement at my hotel. And, she came up with a very good, positive vibe. And I was actually the first person that trained her because we was from the same community. And so I was in reservation at the time. I basically was taking phone calls, answering emails, and making bookings for clients. And she was sitting beside me to learn what I do for my work so that she can report back to school. And everything was great. Everything was well. Then she started to ask me questions, which I was very happy to answer with. Um, However, when our time is very valuable, my time is included because I have to do my job here, and I have to train another person there at the same time. I don't get paid for that. It's obviously I'm just doing it as a part of my job. And so, when I spend my time on you, I want you to use that time wisely and efficiently, and don't waste my time because I don't like to be wasted. So when I answer her questions thoroughly and in detailed, I hope that she would take notes, that she would, come back and then use it as a reference in the future so that she doesn't need to go around and ask other people again. Yet this girl did not take any notes. And I noticed that, but I didn't want to say.
She has a good memories.
Well, she thought she did. She thought she did. And you know what? I don't want to say anything because obviously everyone have a different learning technique. So maybe she was smart. She was a genius that she would take in all the information I just gave her. Maybe she could do that. So I don't know. That's why I don't want to assume, and I don't want to tell people what to do because I'm nobody. I cannot tell her. She's a grown woman, so she obviously can make her own decision without me involved. And so when I told her, when later on, like 15-30 minutes later, she asked me the same question again, and then I told her, I just answered your question.
I told you about that, right?
Yeah,
I told you about that.
And I don't want to come off as mean because it was her first day with me. So I totally understand that, you may feel the pressure and you may feel like you're new to this. Understandable. So then I answer the questions multiple times, again and again and again. And then it comes to the part that she keep asking me, and I got a little bit frustrated. So I said to her, maybe you should take notes when I told you. And then she just laughed. And so, it really set me off because I don't think that was a joke. I wasn't joking. I wasn't joking with her. And here's the thing. This is the reason why I said earlier that learning somebody's culture is also important as well. When we were in Vietnam, we have this very bad habit that when we don't understand something or when we make a mistake, we laugh, we giggle, like, like trying to be cute. Please do not do that. Don't do it because it's actually very frustrating for another person.
Like you are not showing enough respect.
First of all, you don't show the respect. Second of all, you don't take this seriously.
Yeah.
People are wasting their time teaching you, and yet here you are giggling and laughing. People don't think that you're just laughing out of nervous.
So what's your reaction? You just roll your eyes?
No, I actually said to her, because she's new here in Canada, so that's why I think it's part of my responsibility to tell her that part as well, that, when you go to work or when you go to school, when you do a group project or when you see your professor, and if you don't know or if you make a mistake, do not laugh. Take it seriously and ask the question nicely. Hey, I am so sorry. I'm trying to learn what you just said, but I forgot. Can you please just repeat your question one more time? Or I'm sorry, I still don't get it. What is it that you just said? Ask question nicely again, and then people would probably explain one more time so that you can understand. Because in the end of the day, the end goal here is that we want her to understand the concept behind my job, my duty at work as a reservation agent. That's the end goal. So obviously I want her to be successful as well, right? And that's when I told her that, when someone told you something, please take it seriously. Take notes so that you can remember. And there's an English word for it. Don't take it as vain. Yeah. And so she, long story short, she basically did not last at my work for so long because she got a few complaints from clients, from other, and also from colleagues as well, because she made the same mistakes over and over again. When customers basically ask her for directions or for advice, instead of saying, "I'm sorry, I'm just training here. Let me."
She just laughed.
She laughed. She laughed at their face, at the customer faces, and or she would give them wrong advices. For example, just a basic example: when you want to go to the toilet, just go straight. She misunderstood their question for some reasons, and then she basically drawing the map going around and around, and that was totally incorrect. And then it just, first of all, it giving the hotel bad name, like, why are you hiring somebody who doesn't understand English? And yet she's at the front communicating with customers as if she was officially working, when in fact she was just training. And the hotel did not like it. She actually received a couple of negative reviews on TripAdvisor, which is a no-no for any properties. So in the end, she was released, which is kind of sad, because I feel like, it was part of my responsibility as well to help her to learn. But I did what I could. I did tell her what you should do and what you shouldn't do. But she did not take me seriously. So I guess that's just a fact that she has to deal with. Yeah. You gotta take what you give, right?
Yeah. She learned from it.
She learned from it. I hope that she did. I think I remembered she did cry. I wasn't working on that day. This is just what from my colleague told me. She did cry because the manager called her in and said, this is that your last day. Well, I think you did placement. I didn't do placement, so I don't know what it's like. But when you do placement, they basically give you 1 year to go to a property to learn the in and out, how they operate, and different jobs with different responsibilities. So I think she was with us for only 3 months. And so basically that was already in the middle of a semester. So it's kind of like challenging to find another placement to fulfill the other 3 months remaining for the first semester. So I think she failed the first semester, that's for sure, because she did not get good report from our hotel. Yeah, it was so sad. But again, see, she did get great IELTS. That's how she got here, right? She did get the IELTS. She did. I don't know how she learned English. Obviously, we didn't communicate that much. We basically worked 1 or 2 days out of the 30 days. 3 months or 90 days. So we worked together for only a couple of times. So I don't know the in and out of her stories. I don't want to give out assumption here, but she basically would have got the IELTS, the basic IELTS score. Did she learn the culture in Canada? No, she obviously didn't learn the culture, how things are operating here. So there you go. That's a lesson for everybody out there.
I got your advice too. Yeah.
But I guess that's about it, really. I don't think I have anything else to say. Unless you have any other questions for me.
I'm going to have a list for you for next time. So
do that. Yeah.
So I love it. That's it?
Yeah, that's about it. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Trudy. Bye.
Trudy, Trudy. In the end of the day, you still like.
I know. Right. I'm very bad with names for everyone out there. Yeah, I'm very bad with names. Bye. Nice to see you. Have a great evening. Bye.
You too.
See ya.
See you.